the beginning, it's a frozen, it's a snowbound landscape. It's a frozen world, and it's frozen for a reason. It's not just frozen because it looks nice when all the snow's on the floor, although that helps. It's frozen because the characters are paralyzed at the beginning, particularly Tom Hanks's character, and there's a sense of there's this man who is separated from his family because he can't admit to or talk about what he does for a living, and so his relationships with his children have in a sense frozen without wanting to be pretentious about it, and the process of the film is from winter to spring, moving it somewhat, although not particularly strictly in process with in parallel with the gradual humanizing of the central character, and the palette is very limited early on. It's very dark, obviously, and it moves into the light. That's the other thing that happens during the course of the film. And so the last 20 minutes, you suddenly emerge into the light. And I remember the first preview of the movie, seeing kind of people blinking, when they arrived at the beach, because it's the first time the sun's really shone and that the light has entered the film. And it's actually not that bright a scene, but it's just because your eyes you've been in the darkness for so long, that was in large part deliberate. And the same thing, we avoided, even though we shot a large part of it in the winter, but we went into the spring, and we had to kind of, a couple of occasions we had to pull leaves off the trees and stuff because we were trying to hold back the sense of the spring and nature until the last 10 minutes, so that when the kid sticks his head out of the window of the car, you really feel the fields and life, re-emerging again. Because God knows, it's a bleak film, and it was a bleak film to make, not only because of where we were shooting it and the fact that it was freezing cold, but thematically it's a bleak film. You're dealing with death, discussing death and talking about how it's watched and perceived, and you spend too many days with the red sauce going, a little bit more blood on the temple, a little bit more blood on the right eye, and it can get you down after a while because you're trying to, it's just that sort of, it's relentless.